chat. Chatters, also thank you, Finera. I do hope I have a good stream. Chatters. Chatters? Any chatters here? Where's Prego? Prego unfortunately is not coming back unless we do another insane aquarium stream. Unless we do another insane aquarium stream, Prego is not coming back. I'm afraid Prego's gonna have to go to the sidelines. Just a bit. A new login alert to the World Cup. Someone's logging into the Team USA Twitter. That's not me. Not me doing it. Alright, well, today we're finishing up. We have some plans today. We have plans today I cannot tell the haters. But our plans today are... Oh, my voice. My plans are to finish Outlast today. We'll be finishing Outlast. We do not have very much left. Additionally, I have found I have a single tier list to do, then Spirit of Halloween, which I feel like the chat could unite upon. So yeah, we're gonna do a tier list. We're gonna finish Outlast. If I feel like it, we could start something else, but pretty much I need to set up the Suika game for tomorrow for co-stream, because I will be playing Suika game in between the matches. So we're gonna set up that. I don't know if I'm gonna do it here on the stream though. If you buy it online, it'll auto download to your Switch. Will it? Mine won't. Dude, people are going crazy for Suika game. What is up with the Suika game? But it might be a setting, because mine, no face cam. Well, I haven't loaded into the scene yet. I'm feeling a bit better today. I haven't even loaded into the scene. Here, let me. Sorry, this is Dante's ass. I know. Here, let me put myself. Where's my? See, here we go. See. Hello. Hello, chat. See, look, I'm feeling better today. There's no green screen again because we're gonna play Outlast. So we want to see the dark cam. At least that's what people told me last time. So yes, we're gonna do the tier list first. And then, dude, I'm wearing also like a 3XL hoodie. Like, look how big this hoodie is, by the way. Like, hoodie's like fungus. But it is very cozy. And I got it for free from work because it's we getting rid of old merch. I guess a sweatshirt, not a hoodie. Yes, but so this is just a nice 3XL house sweatshirt.
33 months.
3XL
nice portable
house
blanket
sweatshirt.
You got on.
Thank you, Gavin. Thank you, Gavin, for the prime. When you start, just put something like white across on your second monitor to illuminate your face. Put like a white screen to keep my face illuminated on the second monitor. Okay, perhaps. Sure. It'll get very like scary. A picture of Super. That is pretty white. That is pretty white for sure. Yeah, that's an option. Sort of like a gigantic bang. Am I being airstriked? The hell? Someone's moving something. Whose ass is that? That's Dante's. That's Dante's ass. That's America's ass. So yeah, we have one tier list before we finish Outlast because I don't have that much of it left. I also have The Evil Within if I wanted to play that tonight, but I think this is a good tier list for this season because I was trying to find a good one that doesn't require like an immense amount of prior knowledge, and I found a good one that I think is good for Halloween, that I think is like the best of them, because I don't want to get too deep in the weeds of like prior knowledge. Which state would you say is the ass of America? The ass of America. We have the ass is very important. Gets a lot of done. Personally, I'd say Texas. Here's the reason why I think Texas is because it's at the bottom of the continental United States. Additionally, it produces a lot of gas. The coastline of it stinks ass. And it's not like a very, you know, it's like it's attractive to some but not everyone. It's also huge. Well, that's not necessarily, asses aren't always huge. But California is a giant crack. Yeah, but like California is too glamorous to be the ass. Granted, I guess depending on your worldview, the ass could be extremely glamorous. It just depends on your worldview, I guess, on that one. Necessarily. But yes, today I was thinking of doing shit like, oh, what's the scariest monster? I've already done like a Halloween candy tier list, but I thought this one is more ubiquitous. The most terrifying things. I can't see shit. You literally can't see shit. First terrifying thing, blackness. Or like darkness, not blackness. Oh, god damn. Darkness. Not darkness. I meant to say darkness. That's what I meant. Let me turn myself on. My canceled arc. Dude, during oh, I gotta fix this chat box. We gotta fix this chat box. Here, wait 1 second here. We gotta fix this chat box as well. Let's do a couple things. But I don't know if you guys noticed that during Plat Chat, Custa meant to say apocalypse. Custa meant to say apocalypse during Plat Chat this week, and he said Holocaust. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, god damn. Where the fuck? Why is my... Oh wait, here's the reason.
Hi.
Hi. Who's that? Jinto-sama. Jinto-ki-sama. Thank you for the prime in the 20 months. Dude, it was so bad. It was so bad at that moment. I was like, holy shit. I was like, we are done. Like, it's so over. It's never been more over than it is at this moment. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna fix this chat box here for a second. How the fuck, what did I do to this? What did I do to the chat box? Was it in Streamlabs? What did I do here? Oh, also, hello, little wolfer. Little wolf. Oh, dude, I can't talk today. Little wolfer. Little wolf. I don't know what you did. I did something. I think it's in the widgets. I did some of the widgets here. 1 second. Where is it? There's something in the chat box. Here. Is it this? Oh, wait, was it filtered? Maybe I had a filter on it. Wait, let's try. What did I do? The filter? No. Nope, this looks worse. This looks in fact worse. Why does it look so... Actually, it's not bad. Actually, wait, this is fine. I don't think there's anything... I think this is fine. How many are you? Dude, I don't know why certain emotes work and others don't. Because look, you can see 7 TV is enabled. Certain ones work though. Is it the aliases that's the issue? Well, I don't know what to do about that. How do I fix that? I don't know how to fix that. I've enabled everything I can enable from my end. Streamlabs moment. Is there a different chat box I could use? It's happening, guys. It's happening. All right, let me get rid of this. Turn off the platform icon. God damn it, I just closed it. I just closed it, dude. Dude, I'm so tired of troubleshooting the chat box. I just want to be able to load in and it's just like, it's done. It's over. Shoot it now rather than Sunday. Well, yeah, I guess it's fair. I guess that does technically make sense. Okay. I'm fixing the chat box. And by fixing it, I'm simply just removing the platform icons. So show viewers platform icon. Remove. Now it should be refreshed. Not refreshed. Why is it not refreshed? Oh wait, I gotta save it. Let's see. There we go. How are we supposed to know everyone's on Twitch because it can multi-stream now? No! Now we'll never know what platform you're watching on.
The scariest game is watching Avast do tech support.
Not true. Not true. It's also not the scariest game. Okay? It's the scariest thing. And here, look at our scary things list. We have spiders, guns, snakes. I think that's supposed to be cancer. Sharks. Serial killers. Waiting in line? Crowds? Car crash? Broken bones. Fires. I think that's cheating. What is this? Is that cheating? That's cheating. I think that's cheating. I thought it was like a mom. I thought it was like the daughter. And so I thought this was like your parents being in love. There's nothing scarier than your parents being in love. Being arrested. Being robbed. Being alone? I think, is it swinging? Sunsets? The sun? I'm assuming this is being alone. If you're a vampire, I guess. Dying. Coffin. I'm just scared of coffins. I'm not scared of death. I'm scared of coffins. I want an open air burial. I want to be able to, you know, let it breathe. Let my corpse breathe when you bury me. Addiction. Drugs, I guess. What is this one? Is this a solar flare? The sun? Is this a solar flare? A meteor? This doesn't seem like a meteor. I'm gonna say, let's just say it's a cosmic event. Let's just say it's like a cosmic global apocalypse or something. You know, heat death, that's not what the heat death of the universe is gonna look like. Heat death is gonna take like 10 trillion years. And it's gonna be very slow. I don't think it's heat death. I think this is like a meteor or something. There's a second. Okay, so there's robbery. And then there's home invasion. It's like was this tier list sponsored by like ADT? They're all wearing the uniform. They're all wearing the classic, like, white dude in black ski mask uniform. There we go. Home invasion versus mugging. Alzheimer's? Okay. That says Alzheimer's. Sure. Sure, fair enough. Public speaking. Rat. A singular rat. One rat. But I'm assuming it's multiple rats. Impotence. Impotence. Okay. I don't even know. Oh, this one is pissing your pants. There's pissing your pants in public. I don't know. I don't even know what that. This is aging. This is ripping ass in public. Getting abducted by UFO / aliens. Bugs getting to your mouth. Tight spaces. Claustrophobia. Fear of heights. I'm assuming with this terrible ass clip art. J Grant _ O'Ridge or O'Rig. Thank you for the tier 1. It's the scariest things list for Halloween. You know, it's technically not Halloween yet. Plague? Am I a 13th century peasant? I'm assuming this means disease in general. But this is a plague doctor. Pestilence, you know. I don't know what is this. What I don't even know. The anger. I don't even know. What is this one? Fly? Is that supposed to be bugs in general?
Where is the triple dog death barrage?
The triple dog death barrage. Ned Guardy, thank you for the prime. I mean Donald and then Donald Trump. Okay. What? Why is it? Why? What is fly? What is fly? Like what is? And then also, is this one supposed to be someone spying on you? Is this a guy? It's a person with binoculars. A stalker, maybe? Most of these I get. There's only like 2 or 3 I'm kind of confused on. Like, this one I'm assuming is meteor. This one's like a meteor cosmic event type of thing. This one is, I guess, going crazy and going insane. This is fly, so I'm assuming it's just bugs. But why are bugs separate from spiders? Shouldn't bugs be in a spider tier list or a spider? I guess spiders are a little different. I guess spiders technically are not the same. Okay, sure. And then stalker and then okay. I think we got it mapped out. I think we got it mapped out here a bit.
Why is quad tank meta not on this list? Really mad.
Quad tank was good though. Quad tank was lit. As the proprietor in quad tank. These kind of suck outside of guns getting, but I don't think they suck at all. Are you saying you don't have? Okay, listen, I'm gonna say something. I'm scared of cancer, personally. This is my own personal tier list. I'm scared of cancer. I don't want to get cancer. Myself personally, I would prefer if my cells don't rapidly divide. If my cells don't rapidly divide in an uncontrollable manner, causing tumorous growth throughout my body. Honestly, for me, for an everyday fear, cancer's like an A. Cancer's like an A tier fear for me. This is also, the thing is, we're gonna have very different lists here because I have a anxiety disorder. So, these tier lists are not gonna be rational. It's also based on fear itself. So this is not gonna be a completely rational list. It's not gonna be a completely rational list. It's gonna be based on my scariest things. Okay, sharks, I'm not scared. Okay, I have like a moderate fear of sharks, but like I don't really mind, and I don't go out in deep water typically. Sharks are like a D. Sharks are like a D. Should probably turn off the fucking music. Just get rid of that. It was royalty free though. Eagle, it was supposedly royalty free. So yeah, sharks, they're like a D tier. Like I'm like, I don't want to run into a shark. One time, my parents, when we were like really young, like my brothers and I, they took me and my younger brothers to Florida. Before I knew I would eventually move here for the time being, we went to Florida and we were on a beach, and my dad was walking around the water with me and my 2 younger brothers, and then a bunch of hammerhead sharks started circling us. They just circled us for like a long, apparently for like 2-3 minutes. But they didn't. Back in 91, no, I was not born in 91. This would have been like 2000 something. Kitty, you can hear you. Come have a seat. Come have a seat. Come have a seat. Come have a seat. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. You got selected for Florida. Yeah, after that I got my draft card. I got it from the military, the state draft, where they're like, okay, you have to go to Florida. You have to do your time in Florida now. So I got drafted to Florida shortly after. But yeah, I don't think sharks are too scary. Cancer, me personally, can't control it. Tip for the most part. That's an A tier. Guns, okay, this is just America. This is just the American coming out. I'm just gonna say it. This is the American coming out. I am not scared of guns. I'm scared of people with guns. Like I'm not scared of guns. I'm scared of people with guns. Like at all. Like I've owned a gun. Not willingly. Not willingly, but I've owned a gun. And I don't think, and it wasn't scary to me, you know? Same thing. It's not really, because like essentially you can own a gun against your will. Yes, my youngest brother is really into guns. He has a lot of weapons, and he's white, so I'm like, this is a dangerous pattern. I'm like, already we're in dangerous territory here. I'm already saying, like, okay, like I'm like what's going on over there? But he 1 year, about 2 years ago, for my birthday, he gifted me, quote unquote, he gifted me a AR-15, because really he wanted the rifle. So he gifted it to me, and so I had a rifle in my closet the entire time. My old house, you guys never would have known when I was streaming there. I had a semi-automatic rifle in my closet for a year, with like a couple clips of ammunition. Did I talk about it? I'm not sure. Does he walk around in tactical gear? No, he does not. But he does own some. He doesn't walk around in it, but he has several weapons, and he's invested a lot into like modding his guns. That's not how guns work. What are you talking about? That's not how gifts work. Well, that's what he did. He gifted it to me. I didn't want the gun. And then eventually when I moved to Florida, because I'm pretty sure transporting weapons across state lines is a felony, typically, for certain states, I just said, fuck it, I'm just gonna let you hold on to it. So I don't exactly know how it works, to be fair, but I'm like, fuck, I didn't want the gun. So yes, so I'm not scared of guns at all. I'm more scared of people's access to guns. Guns to me are like they're just a tool, but people's access to guns are the scary part, or more than the gun itself. So I don't need a gun because I got a thick hog. Well, you do need a gun then, because thick hogs are rampaging throughout the South. Javelinas are tearing up golf courses. Have you seen? Okay, which side are you on? Are you joining the side of the war of Javelinas with the Javelinas, or with the golf courses? Okay, which side are you on? I'm team Javelina personally. Fuck golf. Fuck golf. You're telling me you don't have all that disaster prep and you don't have an AR-15 with you. Okay, listen. In my disaster is for like natural disasters, not I have to like kill people to survive disasters. I'm not hoarding up for The Last of Us / the government breaking down. I'm hoarding up for like I lose power for like a week. Like, theoretically, in a disaster situation, yes. You weren't prepared for the fat hog invasion. Everything changed when fat hogs invaded. Here, wait 1 second. Let's wait. How can I do this? Um, here it is. You do.
Our nations live together in harmony. Everything changed.
When the fat hog nation attacked. There we go. Okay. Now. So yeah, not really scared of guns. Not really scared of those. Spiders. I feel like this is a tough one. Here, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna do some easy ones. Donald Trump. Not scared of Donald Trump. I'm scared of what he was as a president though, but not as a person. So I'm putting him in F. If it was like president, he'd go into S. But it was as a person, no. Impotence. I'm not scared of impotence either. Okay, so from a male hubris standpoint, what I am a little scared of impotence from like a heterosexual male standpoint, like yes, but like from my own personal standings, no. So I would put impotence in like a D. This is like about as scary as sharks for me. Probably a little less scary. Now is impotence in this case
coming from
is impotence referring to being in? It's not infertile. Shooting blanks isn't impotence, right? Impotence is like you can't get your gear hard. Isn't that impotence? Impotence, because infertility is your sperm don't work. No, that's erectile dysfunction. I'm pretty sure erectile dysfunction is just a type of impotence. I think erectile dysfunction is just a type of impotence. Or is impotence what is impotence? Impotence. Inability in a man to achieve an erection or orgasm. So it has nothing to do with sperm count. Don't Google images. Don't Google image impotence. It's just a bunch of like flaccid dicks. It's just a bunch of flaccid dicks and like Tarkov players. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that about Tarkov players. I don't know why. I don't know why that there was no reason to say that, but I just felt like it. You can you Google erection on Google Images, please? Typing in big boobies and erection like I'm fucking 10 again. Just typing that in. Save search on. No. I'll be not typing that in. Can you share your experience with Tarkov players? It's not that I necessarily have an experience with Tarkov players. It just seems like the general trend of people that really love extraction games and like battle royale type of like those like hardcore like LARPer type of stuff. I just feel like they would all have giant Gadsden flags flying from the back of their Ford F-150s, and I'm like, and they're just not, you know, associated with impotence, you know. Does my brother play Tarkov? Yes, one of my middle brother does, not my younger brother. He does not have a Gadsden flag, as far as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware, he doesn't. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. Bugs crawling into my mouth, actually big fear, but not founded at all. So this is like a B. I'm gonna be honest, don't you just hate it when you're like, you're out in the park and you have a nice crisp Coca-Cola, you know, you just open that bad way, you survey the sun, maybe you have like some snacks, you know, some Tostitos and dip or something, you're at a park bench, and then you go dip that, and then like a gnat like comes on, it's like just fucking flies right into your mouth, just right then as you're sipping, and you're like, and then like bees and shit, they're like all buzzing, like they're all like waiting around your Coke can, like hey bro, like they're like a fucking Zoomer with a vape. They're like, hey, let me hit, yo, you're gonna hit me, can you hand me that, yo, and they're all just fucking sitting around trying to get in there, and you're just worried that if you take a sip, it's gonna be filled to the brim with like bees and wasp and shit, and you'd sip it, and it's just like drinking an extra fizzy Coke because they're like moving. You know, that sounds higher than B. No, because I know it's not really it's not something I run into a lot. You know, it's not something I run into a lot. So I would say It's like a B tier fear because it's not something that I'm like truly, because also I know if I were to swallow the bug, I would be fine. Like if I swallow the bug, I'm not allergic to bees or wasp, so it would be unpleasant, but I wouldn't like, I would still at the end of the day be fine for the most part. I would just be scarred, you know. Oh, so you frequent cancer? I think about cancer a lot, like a lot. So like I would put, yeah, so it's definitely an A tier for me. So it's definitely an A tier for me. So I'm putting swallowing bug. Also thinking about like, oh, it's also, I have a problem like if you're in your house, man, and you see like a bug, like one of my old college dorm, like my first college apartment, not the dorm but apartment, was like a roach motel. So there was like roaches, like a couple that I would see. Like we kept it pretty clean, but like it was just an old building with lots of other college kids, so it was roaches. And I just thought about like being asleep at night and the roach, like I'm just like, roach just like skitters. It skitters like across my mouth or something. Like it gives a little tip, 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 tip. It's not trying to get in there. It's not trying to get in there, but it's like skitters. Oh, dude, and then my that's so true, Cameron. Like one of our good friends as well in college, me and Caliver's both, or his name was Carlos. He owned, his parents had a rental that he lived in with a bunch of friends, and his house was filled with wasp. Just filled with wasp. Like they were all in the walls. There was like thousands of wasps living in the walls of this house. And so you would go there and the wasps, you could hear them and you'd see them occasionally move, and they were always like waking up with like wasp in the room, or like one of our friends, like he'd wake up with wasp like on him, just like on him, and he just had to kill, like they just wasp corpses like everywhere. So it was just filled with wasps in this house. And I was like, this house is fucked. Like I literally told him, I was like, you should burn this house down. This house needs to be destroyed and the earth salted. And no new construction should be allowed. It should be, we should put a giant cement block over it. This is S tier on the list. Well, that's, I mean, that's not a fear. There's no wasp house. Wasp house isn't on the list. There's no wasp house. I had a bumblebee nest in the isolation of my attic room. Bugs? I mean, listen, but this is my personal list. What tier list is this? This is the scariest things tier list for Halloween. I'm not that scared of bugs in general, personally. I have bugs at like, I deal with them more in day-to-day life, but I'm not really scared of them. Like, there's only a couple bugs where I'm like, ugh. Like roaches? Ugh, I don't want to fuck with roaches. Spends 5 minutes talking about hating the wasp house. Well, I did hate the wasp house because I would hate to live in a wasp house. If I lived in a house made of wasp, I would hate that. But if I lived in a normal house and like a wasp showed up, which they do occasionally, that's really not that big of a deal to me. But also specifically, I don't hate, like for example, I don't hate bees, but I do hate wasp. I hate wasp a lot, but I don't hate bees. Wasp, they should be exterminated. Roaches as well. Fucking hate roaches. I hate roaches and I hate wasps, but I'm fine with bees. I'm also pretty fine with spiders. Wasps are pollinators? Are they? How much pollination do wasps do? How big of pollinators are wasps? They're responsible for pollinating almost 1,000 species of figs. Figs, huh? That's it? Figs? I can live without figs. I'll say it. If I had to choose between losing figs but also getting rid of wasp, or keeping figs and keeping wasp, I would get rid of the figs. 100%. I'd get rid of the figs. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Figs, unfortunately, you're a casualty. You're a casualty here in the Great Wasp War. Okay? As Joe Biden would say, this is war. Okay? So I think this is like, it's over. I'm sorry. The figs, you have to go. You have to go for the wasp. Okay, so I'm putting so in general though, bugs are like a C. If I average out, why do you have both 1Password and Bitwarden? It's because Bitwarden is my personal password manager. 1Pass is the Misfits password manager. So I have to use 1Pass. But my Bitwarden is my own personal one. So that's why I have 2. So yeah, if I average out my wasp and roach hate with my general, apathy towards bugs / like of bugs, I would say I would maybe put them in like a C. Like if there's just wasp and roaches, this is easily up in the B. Maybe even the A. Nah, definitely just B. But with averaging everything out, I think I'm putting them in like a C. I think it's like a C when I average out the hatred of those 2 creatures in particular. Joe Biden. Not enough figs have died, actually. How do I cultivate a brain like yours? It's quite simple. Step-by-step process. 1. Be born into a stable, middle-class family. Have access to opportunities that others don't. Then, get enough caloric needs and attention from a young age, social development, and then be blessed with incredible brain genetics. And then, to preserve all the greatness up there, you eat very healthy, exercise daily, don't smoke, get enough sleep, don't drink too much alcohol. Avast, you are not smart. That's incorrect. That's incorrect, okay? I'll have you know, I scored at least in the double digits on my IQ test. I mean, if I was getting 99s in school, 99 on IQ test, I mean, that's like top, that's an A. That's like an A+. That's like an A+, 100%. 2 to 3 hours of sleep a day good? No, it is not. Unless you are like some creature that is like a 20th the size of a human being. Now, let's see. Being alone. This is a moderate fear. I'm gonna start with being alone. Being alone, a moderate fear, but I'm really not. I'd be fine at the end of the day. I think I'd have more issue being alone once I'm like old and closer to death. I think for the majority of the life, though, I wouldn't have an issue, Why aren't British people an option for fears? Aren't you like 40? No, I'm not even close to 40. So I think I would put British, not British people. I think I'd put like lonely, like being alone, and like I would put it in like an upper C tier. Above bugs. You're closer to 40 than 20? Actually not true. Literally not true. It's just mathematically incorrect. Just mathematically incorrect. But spiritually true? It's not, though. I was the one that was teaching everyone in Plat Chat what serving cunt and gagged and everything and all that shit ate with no crumbs meant. I'm the only one that knows this shit. Okay? Those are not real phrases. They are. You're the boomers. You are the boomers. Where did you learn these things from chat? No, I did not learn these things from chat. Just not true. Okay, rats. I'm literally not scared of rats at all. I'm going to put them below guns. I'm putting rats below guns, but above Donald Trump. Rats are an F. I think rats are cute. I am not scared of a rat in the slightest, or a mouse. Like, I'm perfectly content with them. Fast looking at Minecraft Zoomer streamers like, you guys keep me young. Literally not true, because they do the opposite. They age me greatly, having to deal with them. For most of them. Can beat Trump in a race? Probably not rats. Well, the thing is, I'm not worried about Like, once again, I think rats are cute. I would actually own... I've contemplated owning a rat as a pet, but the fact is they only live for like 2 years. Shit. They live for like a really short time. Like, I actually would probably own a rat as a pet if... Because they're like pretty hygienic comparatively. If you have like a domesticated rat, they don't require a lot of space. They're nice, you know? But they just die so quickly. I feel like I can't take that amount of heartbreak, you know? I can't take that amount of heartbreak. And then the like you know, the wistfulness, the looking back at the times we had would be too much, and it would just happen too many times. I want one of the rats with curly hair. I got mice in my house. It's kind of annoying, but the cat takes care of them. Okay, well, that's a separate issue. If you have mice in your house, that's just an issue of based off building or location. Maybe you live in a barn. I don't know. Are you like a stable hand? Are you like Shrek? Move up rats because you fear their death? I don't fear. What do you mean? I don't fear rat death. So yeah, rats are like a F tier as well. They're not very scary. Is this like crowds? Is this crowds? Is that like twink death? No, it's not like twink death, unfortunately. Is it? Do you think this is crowds or queuing? Aging? No, this can't be because this is aging. Look at the old wrinkled hands. It can't. It literally, there's the old wrinkled hands right here, man. This has to be aging. Waiting in lines. See, I don't know. I know British people would not be afraid of this. Evolution? We evolved from what? I mean, it could be growing up, I guess. I mean, it looks like it's aging or growing up. What's the difference? Why would I have both? Why is there both aging and growing up? Unless it's wrinkles? It's aging and being old. Okay, well, here's what I'm going to say. First of all, I'm going to say that public speaking, F tier as well. Not scared of public speaking. I would put it below Donald Trump even. I'm less afraid of public speaking than I am Donald Trump and raps. So that's like bottom of F tier for me. I've never been really afraid of it. Ripping ass in public. Now this is a common one, but it's not one I'm really afraid of. I would put it maybe like below impotence. Probably below, because I'm not necessarily looking to gas everyone out, but like I'm gonna put it below impotence. I look forward to it. IBS king. Common? Listen, not like common, but like if you eat a very fibrous diet with a lot of legumes and you have an active gut, yes, you're gonna rip some ass occasionally. Ever let one out during a heavy leg press? Not like a ridiculous one, but yes, occasionally. Are you a public urinal farter? Well, not a urinal fart. No. That's one of the good things about the Misfits office is that the bathrooms are single. They're just like single person occupant. My mom's such a boomer that she gets mad that I don't hold in my farts. Well, I mean, like, okay, I understand people not wanting to just rip ass in front of you, to be fair. I feel like that's kind of, it's like at the same time, I don't want everyone ripping ass in front of everybody. But like, I get that. When you're using the urinal, do you drop your pants to your ankles? I didn't even do that when I was like really young. I was never a dropping my pants to the ankle kid. You know? Some kids were, but I never was. I found it even weird at a young age when I walked in and there was another elementary schooler and his ass was like out while he was peeing. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Drop pants, hold up shirt. You think you're better? Honestly, yeah. I kind of think I am better. I think I was better than them. At like an early age, I think I was. I think if you had to drop your pants to piss, like you're a kid, so like whatever, but at the same time, I was a kid. So, you know. I thought it was better. So yeah, that's not very high. Addiction. Urzo with the prime. Thank you, Urzo. I think I am not scared of addiction at all, but it's like something I could run into more than any of these other things. So I don't know. I did get worried for a bit when I was like getting on medication and stuff, where I was like, I don't want to get addicted. But I'll put it like the top of D tier because it would be bad. But like I don't really have an addictive personality. I say that as I go I'm gonna get another zero sugar ginger ale. What's the list for? This is the scariest things in your day-to-day life. Your list. Halloween edition. I will say the one thing I think I am addicted to though, I am addicted to drinking fluid. Like carbonated fluid. Specifically carbonated fluid. I'm addicted to drinking like a carbonated fluid. Like a lot of it. Like whether it be the zero sugar ginger ales, regular sodas, sparkling water, the occasional beer, kombucha. I love carbonation. I simply love, but I love drinking. Like it's the same reason also I kind of don't like drinking liquor if I go out with people, because it's not, you don't get a lot of liquid. I prefer a beer because I get like a lot. I get like a, you know, a full pint type of thing. I much prefer carbonation. So I will say that's my one addiction. I don't know how to beat it. I don't know how to beat putting little fucking bubbles in liquid. How do you beat putting liquid? How do you not like putting liquid and putting bubbles in liquid and then consuming the bubbles? Is it true they just call everything Coke? No. That's not true. Certain parts of the South, they'll do that. But the reason also I think that stereotype is perpetuated because my relatives are from Arkansas. My immediate relatives are from Arkansas and Kansas. Very K-Kona states. They say Coke for everything, but it's because they only have Coke. Like the only drink they would have in their fridge is not water or like tea or lemonade, is Coke. So they always say, get me a Coke for everything because they only have Coke. Like that's like the only other drink they have. Like they have no other beverages. Like their fridges are filled to the brim with like, it's like water, tea, maybe lemonade, and then Coke. Mostly Diet Coke these days. We're careful about our waistlines. Mostly Diet Coke. But still, lots of fucking Coke. Let's see. Broken. I think that one's like being abducted by aliens. This is an F tier because it's just never gonna happen. It's literally never gonna happen, and I don't think about it. I'm not scared about it, so I'm putting it like below public speaking. Diet soda is disgusting. I think so. Certain diet soda, like Diet Coke, I don't like that much. Though my mother has an addiction for it. I like Coke Zero though. Like zero sugar, whatever the zero sugar formula is, I think is good. Whatever the zero, I never go for diet drinks. I go for zero sugar. Zero sugar, I'm like, my body's like, holy shit, this is insane. Like this chemically induced sweetness is the greatest thing I've ever tasted. The dopamine is firing like a V12. It's like, bah, 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 like just dopamine cycles. As soon as like any bit of the chemical sweetener hits. But I don't like diet, but I like zero. Yeah, but isn't the sugar alternative also bad? It's not bad. The thing about sugar alternatives is that it essentially exacerbates. It says like, from what I could tell, essentially it's just like, it just makes you crave sweetness more. But it's not bad because you're not consuming calories, you know? And they're proven to be pretty safe because they've literally drowned rats in it. And then at that point, they're like, okay, they might get cancer if you drown in a liquid vat of this. You know, like, they're fine. but like it's there's nothing wrong with it. Like they just somewhat exacerbate your sweet tooth, you know? And personally, like I'm fine with that if I can drink something sweet without consuming calories. You know, I'll live with it. I'm not even that big of a sweets person. So yeah, UFOs, being abducted by aliens, literally who the fuck cares? Literally who the fuck, what am I, a fucking cow? Am I gonna be lifted up from the field into a spaceship? Like that's bottom. That's bottom. That's bottom tier. Claustrophobia, S. S. Extreme hyper S. Extreme hyper S for myself. Can't deal with it. Cannot deal with it. I get anxious riding on subways. I can ride them, but I still don't like it that much. Extreme hyper S. Yes, I have seen the videos of people crawling through caves, and I think I'd rather die. But I just bought you submarine tickets. Okay, just bought you submarine tickets. Do you want to see the Titanic wreck? Just bought some tickets here to see the Titanic, man. What are your thoughts? Additionally, it's gonna be real. It's even smaller. The new version of the sub, it goes deeper and it's smaller. You can't do anything. So, what are your thoughts? What's up, BP? That's how that kid who didn't want to go felt. Dude, that's so fucked up. I will say, the submarine death, I think if you had to choose between like being shot, like executed, I think I would rather just get immediately compressed into like a meat cube. Are you ready for the long co-streaming days? Well, they're not really gonna be that long. It's gonna be like 6 matches, then they're best of 2. I don't think it's gonna be that long. I think a lot of them are gonna be fucking stomps too. I think they're gonna be pretty short, in fact. Like gangland style? Well, not necessarily gangland style. I'm thinking more like if they put me up against a wall and they put like 4 guys and like 3 of them have blanks and 1 of them has the real bullet or whatever, and then 1 of them just shoots me in the head. I would rather just not know. I would just rather be like sitting somewhere and then immediately, boom! Just can immediately condense into a pancake and I'm dead. First to 2, that's what I said, yeah. Didn't I say first to 2? Am I streaming opening ceremony? I don't know. Is there anything else that interesting happening on opening ceremony? Is anything interesting supposed to be happening? Almost certainly. Okay, well then maybe I'll do opening ceremony. Also, I technically just applied because they opened it up like yesterday. I just applied for the rights today, like at like noon my time. So I'm hoping they will get back to me because I'm gonna do it anyways. They can try to stop me. I'm just gonna do it anyways. But I applied. I applied though. So, all right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I think this is pestilence / disease of some sort, like getting a disease, which is also weird because why wouldn't like Alzheimer's fall under this list? Or I guess insanity maybe not, but like why wouldn't like Alzheimer's fall under the disease list? Or is this specifically the bubonic plague? Because if it's a bubonic plague, I don't think about you at all. I'm not a 13th century peasant in the Duchy of Brittany. You know? What year was this made? 1242. This was made on 1242. Made in the 1300s, whatever, you know? Whatever. I'm gonna put disease. I think this is just disease in general. A disease is something I'm a little bit more worried about, honestly. I'll put it in A. I'm gonna put it in top of B. Top of B. Also, why is cancer not a disease? Why is cancer not included a disease either? But whatever. I'm putting it top of B. I'm more afraid of cancer than I am most diseases. Typically. But I have thought about like getting a debilitating like disease one day. I just wake up and I'm like, oh yeah, you just have this, and you're like fucked. I'm like, well, unlucky. Imagine if cancer was contagious. Fair, I guess. Fair enough. Pustules. Pustules. Okay, also, I'm not scared of spiders. I'm putting spiders in, like, slightly above addiction. I'm not really scared of spiders. I don't, like, necessarily want to run into them, but I don't mind them. I felt really bad because there was this big, I can't remember if I said this, but there was this big spider in my house a couple days ago. And I didn't want to kill him. I was like, hey, I want to get you out of here, man, because the cats will kill you. The cats find you, the cats will kill you. So I'm trying to put him in a glass, like do the glass trick where I put him in the glass and slide him onto a paper towel. But then, in the process, because he's very large, I cut off like half of his legs. I like put the glass down and he tried to escape and he cut off like half his fucking legs. And I was like, well, the spiders unfortunately do not grow their legs back. So I was like, this guy's dead anyway. He's not making it out there with like 4 legs. Bro is not gonna survive out in the wild. It's just not gonna happen. Like, I'm actually just the scene of like a superhero being like, citizen, I'll save you. Me fucking running and then like catching them and then they just explode into viscera because I'm too strong. I'm just like, don't worry, I'm coming for you, citizen. And then I fucking grab them from the air when they're falling and they just explode into a meat explosion there because I'm just too powerful. Should have kept him and cared for him. Well, I mean, I don't want to keep the spider either. I don't particularly want to keep the spider either. I'm not looking to keep the spider, nor am I looking to kill the spider. I'm wanting the spider to move on. I'm wanting the spider to go to a different location. You know, or at least get out of my sight, you know? Yes, exactly. It's your responsibility after what you're dead. I'm not gonna care for a spider because I cut off his legs accidentally, bro. He's in my house. It's castle doctrine. He was lucky I didn't just immediately kill him on sight. I just wanted him to leave. But bro couldn't trust me long enough to get on the fucking paper towel. So then he lost his legs and thus his life. Because I killed him right after because he wasn't gonna make it. He wasn't gonna make it, you know? Victim blaming? In this case, yes. In this case, I am. Should have taken out the AR. I don't have the AR anymore. Snakes. I'm not really scared of snakes. I would say I'm a little more scared of snakes than I am bugs. So I put them like right here. I put them like here. But most snakes I have no problem with. Like when I was a kid, there was lots of little garden snakes, you know? And my dad, because we had a not a big backyard, but a decently sized backyard. My dad, you know, was very big into gardening. He's got a green thumb. What's the S tier? That's claustrophobia so far. Claustrophobia. Being in a little cube, putting into the meat cube. And so I would always play with little garden snakes when I was a kid. I didn't mind garden snakes. We also had a snake, like a larger, like ball python. Not larger, but it still wasn't very big. For like a year, 2 or 3 years when I was a kid too. And I would always, I think I've told this story before, I would always like take him out and, you know, he's pretty chill, especially when they get fed. And I would just like put him on my chest and I'd like read. And then I'd fall asleep with the snake and the snake would slither off and he'd get lost for like a couple days in the house. And then he'd eventually come out of the closet once he was done hiding because he wanted some water and eat. But like cotton mouths and like fucking, you know, mambas and shit, I don't want to fuck with those. I would not fuck with those snakes. Snakes that have like red colors, I would not fuck with those snakes. But those are fewer and further between. So I'm gonna put them in like a middle of C. You know, they're scarier than bugs, but not that big of a deal to me. Not that big of a deal to me. Fires. I don't really think about fires. Realistically. I'm more scared of them than I am like loneliness, maybe. I think, I don't know, like a C. I think fires to me, like I don't have, I mean, do I even really, I mean, I have a fire extinguisher in my apartment. There's a sprinkler system as well. B? I don't know, but I don't really think about it. Like fears to me, if you're like B and above, I think about you like somewhat often. If you're like a B, I'm like a somewhat often, A a lot, and S like a lot of, like I like hate it. Like it's not even thinking about it, it's just like I also hate it. Like it's more so like not just the level of fear, but how often like you're thinking about the fear. Because that informs like how scared you are of it. All the things you hate are abundant in Australia. Oh, really? Are cancer and small spaces really abundant in Australia? Is that so? Is that the case? Is Australia like a really small place or something? And fires? No, I mean, fires aren't going that high. A is cancer? Yes, A is cancer. A is, you can see it says sir, like insur. It's cancer. And you can see cells dividing. Sort of. I'm putting fires at the top of C. I'm not scared of fires. I'm not really scared of them. I'm not worried about them. We don't live in the 70s anymore where like 45 to 50% of all your household items are made of like the most flammable toxic substance ever created. Like it's like if like a evil scientist went into a lab, they could not make something that was more toxic and more flammable than like 50% of the shit that was in your house in the 70s, you know? So like I'm not that worried about it, you know? I thought it was testicular torsion. No. It's not testicular. That would be S+. I actually am, you know, testicular torsion is kind of scary. Broken bones? I'm putting them bottom of B. I prefer not. I've never had a broken bone, actually. Technically, I've had a bone chip before. I've chipped a bone, but I've never actually had a broken bone. Ever. No broken bones club. No broken bones club. You should try it? No, I don't think so. And the thing is, I'm not even really like afraid of it. I just know it would be unpleasant, and I don't like. I think of like I don't want pain. I don't want the pain of the broken. And I also think that's the main thing is the pain of it. I'm not really like afraid of it. I'm more afraid of the pain than I am the bone part. You know? Like I don't really. It doesn't really mind. The bone itself is not really the point. Maybe I could put this down. Even I might put this down. I might put this down in fire tier. I might put it like top of C again. You know? That just means you are a soy who stays inside. Not true. Not true. I'm just not fucking throwing myself off cliffs or like doing dumb shit. I just live a safe life. Can't even look at videos of people breaking bones. See, I agree. Broken bones, looking at them is grosser to me than like blood. But I'm not really like afraid of it. It's just grosser to me. You've never had fun? Also not true. Also not true. Broken bone should be higher because of the hospital bill? Well, but the thing is, a broken bone is a one-time thing. A disease or cancer is scarier because you have to get continuous treatment. And financially, these are far scarier. Don't. If you think in terms of the US. So I don't think it goes up. I don't think it goes up. Pissing my pants in public. Literally, who's afraid of this? I'm putting this above the UFOs because it might happen. But who the fuck is afraid of pissing themselves in public? Like, literally who? Like, I'm just not, like... It's just not, I mean, I'm not, like, 5. If it did happen, I mean, that would be kind of bad. But the thing is, as an adult, it's a lot less scary than as a child. If I was, like, a kid, it's a lot bigger of an issue because I have to, like, you know, have to call your parents, be like, the nurse has to call your mom and be like, hey, or dad, and be like, hey, like, little Avast pissed his pants again. He needs a change of clothes here at the school. And then you're like stuck there like waiting for the new change of clothes, soaked in piss. But like as an adult, if I somehow pissed myself, I would just simply drive home. I would simply just go home. Why are you going to the nurse for pissing your pants? Well, it's because like as a kid, you probably would go to the nurse for that. Like if you like vomited or shit yourself or whatever as a kid, you normally went to the nurse's office. You didn't just stay in your classroom dripping piss everywhere. Counterpoint. If you do piss yourself, you must be really scared. I mean, sure, but that's more of a meta-analysis of the piss. We're not looking for like a you know, a meta-analysis of why you're pissing. We're just focusing on the piss itself. Great point. 10 points. 10 points to that, chatter. 10 points for Pissandor. Call him Pissy Prince. No. Which came first, the scaring or the piss? Oh, say hello, Sane. Thank you for the tier 1.
Laughing face.
You're just in time to look at our greatest fears. I'm sure you have some big Baldur's Gate to get to. Fear of heights. A very large. A tier. Probably over cancer even. Maybe, might even go S. Could go S. Not a fan of heights. Started my Dirge playthrough today. Very nice. I'm not a fan of heights. I still don't like, I fly a lot and I still don't like flying that much. I might even put it to S. I think I'd put it in the S. I hate it. I don't like heights. Nah, I'm gonna put it in the A. It's in the A. Not as bad as claustrophobia. I think I'm gonna put it in the A. I think it's top of A. When I get high on a building, I cannot go near the edge because I feel inclined to jump. Yeah, dude, we were like the CN Tower in Toronto. You can go up to the top and like you can eat there, but then there's also like an observatory area, so you can walk around and the ground has like windows, so you can like look out over the edge, or like look down. There's really high shit. The glass floor, like I'm like, holy shit, I hate this. I hate the CN Tower. I hate the CN Tower for multiple reasons. One, because it's really tall and there's windows. And two, we went up there for a team dinner last year for Toronto, and the food was not good and it was really expensive. So it was like a double whammy. Yeah, I also don't like drop rides. I don't like riding rides in amusement parks. I worked for Six Flags for a year-ish. Like a year I worked at Six Flags when I was 15. And they gave me free tickets because I was making minimum wage. And they're like, here's the benefits. Here, you get some free tickets. But I don't even like riding rides. I hate rides. I don't mind rides that don't go high. If it's a ride that just goes fast, I don't mind it. But I was in Disney after Johnny's wedding. We went down to LA and there was a Misfits shoot in Disney in Anaheim. And I went on a couple rides there. And like the Indiana Jones ride is like, you're like in darkness and you're just zooming around. I'm like, oh, I don't like this. It's not very tall. It's not very high though, so I don't mind it. The Cars ride was scarier than the Indiana Jones ride because that shit was like higher up and faster, but it still wasn't that bad. But because neither of them were like really like, they weren't like me going up to like 80 million feet and then that's scary. Neither one of those rides really that scary to me, but like neither one of them were really that scary. Avast does not want to get much higher. So high. Why? The rides over quickly, yeah. I mean, I don't mind if it's over fast. I agree, but I prefer not going high. I don't mind going fast. I just don't want to go high. Being arrested, I'm not. I mean, that's also, this is like slightly above pissing pants scale. It's slightly above pissing pants scale, I think. Maybe I'll put it top of F. Sub CTR. The Cars ride got you like that? No, it didn't get me like that. I said I was slightly more afraid of the Cars ride than I was any of the other rides. What is this lobotomy content? Well, we're finishing this before we finish Outlast. Because it's a Halloween scary thing, you know? It's a scary what are you scared of? And then we're doing Outlast. Where's fear of commitment? Well, I mean, there's this one, which is cheating. It's like, are you afraid of being cheated on, I guess? I guess that kind of ties into that. Force and CD. Look up high place phenomena. Phenomena. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, let's see. Wait, oh, I swapped the scene. High place phenomena. How do I spell phenomena? That seems right. Whatever. The high place phenomenon, that is a sudden urge to jump when in a high place. Experience known to many people. That is, I've never had that experience. That is never, that's literally, that's never happened to me. That's, I don't, the void does not call to me. I get that. I don't. I have no calling to the void. I'm gonna put, if we're doing cheating, my ass have not, I mean, it might be just, oh, one of my earbuds just died. What am I gonna do? I need to charge this before Outlast. Charge this before Outlast. I think I might have to go back to headset, by the way. I think I'm gonna have to go back to get a headset because they're just more reliable. I think I've had many relationships. I've never been cheated on them. I'm secure, so they don't really scare me. I'm putting this like bottom of D, like bottom of D. You know, I might even replace it, put it bottom of F, and then being arrested bottom of D. So I think I'm gonna have to go back to get a headset though, because these earbuds are pissing me off. I like earbuds because they don't fuck with my hair and I don't get helmet head, but at the same time, earbuds with a cable. The problem with earbuds with a cable is the cats mess with them. The cats go crazy for cables, and they'll fuck with them. So I think I'm gonna have to get a headset again. Train my cats. Don't allow them to do that. Okay, well, I mean, yes, you can do some training, but at the end of the day, it's just easier to have Bluetooth. It's just going to be easier to have Bluetooth. My opinion. Versus, because I'd rather have it anyways. I'd rather have it anyways, in my opinion. Serial killers. Poison the cables. No, I'm not going to douse them in poison. I'm not dousing the cables in poison. The issue is not, they don't eat the cables. They just like bat at them and like scratch them up. I'm also, I don't ever think about serial killers either. I don't really think about serial. I enjoy watching serial killer shows like most white people, but I just don't have any fear of them. You should. I'm gonna put them like, I don't know, like maybe above rats. Maybe above rats. My take is if a serial killer wanted you, you'd already be dead. Well, I don't think that's true either. I think you can beat a serial killer. I think that for the most part, there's just very few of them. Are men scared of serial killers? Yeah, we don't want to be killed either. No one wants to be killed. Everyone would prefer not to be murdered. Just dodge. Just dodge. Just dodge. Oh, so now you speak for all men. I'm sorry. Some men want to be killed, okay? Some men would like to be killed, potentially. Car crash? This is a more, I'm not really scared of a car crash, but if I would put it, I'd put it like a bottom B, maybe. Maybe a bottom B, bottom busta. I think I'm not super. I've been in like 2 car crashes. Both of them were not super serious both times, and they, you know, I didn't like them. I didn't like them for sure. Scared of intense car crashes. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I'm a very, very safe driver. I've never personally had an accident of like that got on my record. As long as you are drunk while driving, you have a higher chance of surviving. Yeah, so true. So true. That's why I always keep a 6-pack in the car. Always keep a 6-pack in the car there, just so I'm relaxed for when the eventual crash happens. I think I'm scared of bad drivers, because bad drivers to me, I'm like, do you not see what's happening? It's the same thing about guns, like, but like, to a lesser degree. It's like, or I guess a greater, because there's more people driving and you have to deal with it all the time. Like, bad drivers, I'm like, what the fuck? Do you not see how you're fucking driving? Like, what the hell? Like, guys, like, get it together. It's always the drunk drivers that live and go to jail. What the fuck? I mean, yes, and not the, yeah, sure, not the people, not the pedestrians. You must have loved Toronto drivers. Toronto drive. I mean, okay, so here's what I'm gonna say. City driving gets a pass because driving in cities sucks ass. Now, there's still very bad drivers in cities. I'm not gonna say there aren't lots of bad drivers in cities. I'm simply saying driving in a city is way harder than driving in like suburban America. You know, driving in suburban America, it's like just like a giant fucking straight line with like, you know, you have like traffic lights and stop signs, and they have tons of space. You have infinite space. We're talking a galaxy of space for drivers, where you get to just cruise along and you have your sprawl all about you, your city skyline-esque sprawl. You just built your first fucking city. There's just unused land everywhere. The whole game's running at 6 FPS. And then cities, it's like every street is this big. There's 50 million people crossing through the streets around you. There's 50 million cars all around you. Everyone's mad. Everyone's fucking mad. Like, because also, I hate getting honked at. I hate fucking getting honked at. Like, that's also why I hate city driving, because everyone fucking honks. And my ass hates honking. I hate it. And like, that's another reason why city driving would be really, really hard for me, you know? Drive better. I don't get honked at. That's why I hate it. Because I don't get honked at. So when I get honked, everyone in cities just honk regardless. They don't have it. Like, when you're in Toronto, man, I'd go to Toronto and there'd be people sitting at a light. It's red, so they can't turn. There's cars like zooming past them while they're waiting to like do the right turn, and there's 80 fucking people just fucking laying on the horn on this dude trying not to right turn and immediately die. And there's just 80,000 people honking at him when he's just trying not to die. He's trying not to right turn and immediately die. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's fucking crazy. Like, you guys have no shame? So that city driving is so much worse than suburban driving. City driving is like, it was like, I've told this story before too, but I was in the left turn lane when I first moved here. The left turn lane is one of those like, okay, you can get an arrow, but you can also U-turn, but there's a right turn lane right next to you. So it's like, you know, it's like this. So there's cars turning right while you're trying to turn like, or there's cars turning like their right while you're trying to turn left. So it's like, okay, you have to yield to the person turning right, even if you have a green arrow. So when I first went there, I was there and I'm waiting in the line and I'm trying to U-turn, but there's someone right, there's a bunch of people right turning. So I'm waiting for them to get out of the way because I have to yield, and there's a lady behind me just laying on the fucking horn for like 5 minutes, like non-stop. And they can see the car is turning. And so then eventually I'm just like, and so eventually I just like, it was the only time. If your green arrow is projected left, not at this intersection. This intersection specifically states you must yield to right drivers. At this intersection, there is a sign that says you must yield to right turners. Generally, you are correct. But at this specific intersection, it's not. So then, I leaned out the window. I've never done this before in my life. I leaned out the window. I had enough. And I was like, and also because I was an old lady, so I was expecting her not to shoot me dead. So I was like, I just leaned out. Double middle, right there. Dropping, fuck you. Double middle, right there. Never done it before in my life. The double middle, was saying fuck you, so like fuck you. Like I was road raging like a motherfucker. I never road rage. I literally never road rage. But that incident broke me. That incident broke me right there because like she could see the sign. And the crazy part too, I just eventually turned, and she was also U-turning. And she didn't, and then the thing is, she didn't yield for the person, so the two cars turned, she nearly T-boned them. And I'm like, lady, what the hell? Like, the people are so fucking stupid. Like, they're so dumb. Like, it was crazy. So I hate that shit. I hate that shit so much. I hate honking. I hate city driving. No, I just don't want to deal with it. So it's why I'm for public transportation as well, so I never have to drive in a city. I don't ever want to have to drive in a city. I don't want to. Driving in a city is like my 9/11. I mean, technically, I've already had a 9/11. I'm American. But like, it would be my second 9/11 if I had to drive in a city for like my day-to-day life. So like, it would be like, I just don't want to ever have to do that. All right, this is being mugged / robbed. I'm not really afraid of that. I'm like cognizant of it when I'm walking in big places. So I'm gonna put this like, I don't know, middle of C, maybe like below loneliness. Like, I only really ever think about it if I'm like out late at night at a city, and it depends on the city. So what about guys who show up to restaurants with bricks? Yeah, I mean, I don't like those. That's definitely not one of my favorites. I have been mugged at gunpoint. Not fun, but not the worst. Sure. Okay. I'm going to take your word on it. I'll take your word that being mugged at gunpoint is not fun. What? Why should, what? I feel like you have an interesting scale. She's right. It's not fun. Was mugged at knife point in Philly, got into a 2v2 fight, and got my ass beat. What? What? Why are you're fighting the muggers? Additionally, why do you say it like you're dropping into an arena? Like you're about to play PvP WoW. You're just like you're out here trying to get your honor points up. Like, bro's trying to get challenger. Bro's trying to get the gladiator hero of the arena there in Philly. I'm assuming, okay, I don't think this is coffins, by the way. I think this is just death. I'm kind of afraid of death. I'm more afraid of not knowing what happens. I'm not really afraid of dying itself. I'm more afraid of not knowing what happens. So I'm going to put myself in an A. Replace it by being buried alive. Buried alive would be scary, but it's not an option. It's fear of funerals. Well, I'm not afraid of funerals. I'm not afraid of funerals. In fact, I'm putting fear of death over heights, even, if you could believe it. Please elaborate on alien abduction in F. I'm not afraid of alien abduction because that shit doesn't happen. People die or get cancer all the time. No one is being abducted by aliens. It is something that doesn't happen. Like, it doesn't exist. So that's why I'm not afraid of being abducted by aliens. Fear is irrational? Well, in this case, it is. Because in this particular fear chance, it is. Because I know it doesn't happen. I know all these. I know tight spaces exist. I know heights exist. I know death exists. I know cancer exists. I also know that alien abductions don't exist. You just write off abductees as crazy. Typical globe head. Globe head? I can't tell if you're talking about the size of my head or Or like, what is aliens and globes? What is being abducted by aliens have to do with globes? Being abducted would seem kind of cool. No, okay, if we were to take it to its logical conclusion, being abducted would suck. Because you're like, what? You're beamed up to your fucking tractor beam takes you up, and you're like, holy shit, there's like in a weird space, and like you'd be experimented on or something, you know? Like that would suck. That would be really shitty, but it doesn't exist. So you're more likely to be abducted by like the government, your own government, and sent to like a, you know, an extrajudicial like CIA black site. That is a far worse thing that actually happens than like a UFO, you know? That would be so much worse. The aliens are hot, they can abduct me. Okay. I'm scared of what tools they will use on my anus. I will say that's why I kind of have a fear of like, I will say it's not on the list, but when I hit like 40, 45 or whatever, I'm not looking forward to having to do you know, like those rectal camera things, you know, like when they colonoscopies. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to colonoscopies when I'm like 40, 45 years old. It doesn't. It fucking has nothing to do with, like, even if I were into pegging, it wouldn't have anything to do with shoving a camera up your ass and snaking it through your entire intestines. It would have nothing to do with that. Could you live stream that? I mean, yes, that theoretically you could live stream a colonoscopy. You could. Do it. Okay, it's time to finally take my Germ of Overwatch crown and have the first live stream colonoscopy. Yes! The Twitch.
Endoscopies are worse.
Wait, which one's endoscopy? People think of it the tier one, by the way. Is that the one where they put the camera down your throat? Yeah, I'm also afraid of that, and I'm worried I'm gonna have to do it. Oh, that's up the nose? I'm worried about throat cameras, and I'm worried I'm gonna have to do it to get diagnosed for like GERD or something. So like, I wouldn't even get. You freaky frog! You freaky freaking frog! They knock you out? Well, if they knocked me out, that's not as bad. Mark 3 or 4, they give it a tier 1. I think if they knocked me out, then I'm okay with it, I guess. I don't think you need endoscopy for GERD. You do sometimes to check the linings of your throat and stomachs to check to see what's going on. You do kind of sometimes they do put a camera down there to check like what's up with your tissue. So, because sometimes it's like the most accurate way to look. Worst part of colonoscopy is the cleansing. See, yeah, I think that would suck too. Just pooping for like 24 hours. Pooping for 24 hours would also suck. Mr. Beast video. I pooped for 24 hours? The Eagle Fanboy added, insane that the pussy ass as a permitted term on Automod. Okay. Sure. There we go. Why is Kayla so unhinged? I don't know. We don't talk about that. Stalker. I'm not scared of a stalker. I'm gonna put this bottom of D. I mean, it would be inconvenient for sure. It would be very inconvenient to have a stalker. What about an enema? What about an enema? What do you say? I'm not gonna have an enema. So I'm not afraid of it. Stalker, have you seen his pulse attach rate? You will be having an enema. You will be having an enema. It's just like the Willem Dafoe like rant from The Lighthouse, but it's like, curse ye, You will be having an anime. Just that for like 2 minutes straight. I think that... Is this going insane? I don't think I'm very afraid about going insane. Because I would be insane. Balding? I don't think it's balding. It's him ripping out his hair. I think I'd put the goal. I don't ever think about it either. So, I mean, this is like a F tier fear for me. Put it below serial killers. Like, I don't really... A lot of this shit is not getting me. It's not really getting me. The fear of going Joker mode. Alzheimer's, I am more afraid of because it's not just like going insane. It's like you kind of... I mean, I guess it is kind of like going insane, but like you also lose all of your memories and shit like that, you know? I'm more afraid of like Alzheimer's because that's a more likely scenario than going insane, like clinically insane. And you do essentially go insane, almost. Like, this is much more likely than just going Joker mode. And like you would know, yeah, you're gonna know about it. So like this is easily, I don't know if it's an S tier for me. Honestly, I'm moving death up to death. I'm taking Alzheimer's into the A tier. I'm taking my talents to A tier. I'm taking my talents to A tier. It's not quite, because I think is I don't know, I can't tell you why. I can't tell you why I'm not afraid of it, but I can't tell you why it's less scary to me than claustrophobia or death. Like, but it just is. It just is. I can't tell you exactly the reason. I don't have the reasoning for it. That's just how it is. Home invasion. That one of the people in line might be agoraphobia. Surely they would have a better picture for agoraphobia. This. I feel like it's aging or growing up or something. But there's already the old guy hand, so I'm like, there's already aging covered. Old hands is literally old people. You're saying like the fear of old people? Like being afraid of old people? Being old? Well, here, I'm just gonna do this one. Home invasion. Not afraid of this. I would simply defeat the robber. I would simply stop the home invader. Personally. I'm gonna put it in like stalker tier. But yeah, it doesn't really bother me. The robber isn't a wolf. I stopped a home invasion last night by calling the cops. Good for you. What a hero. What a hero, huh? Yeah, I'm not really afraid of a home invasion. Here, I'm just gonna get this one out of the way. Cosmic event. Like a meteor or something. I'm actually very afraid of this. This is like a top A tier fear. No joke. No joke. Top A tier fear for me. And the reason I am is because I can't do anything about it. Humanity is fucked. So everyone I know would die. Like, it's not just me at that point. And it's like such a cosmically gigantic scale that like the whole race would just be over, you know? Like, and that's why it sucks, because it's something you can't control. You don't know when it's coming, or even worse, you do know when it's coming, because it's like a movie plot where like, hey, the asteroids, the fucking sun's about to emit a solar flare that kills everybody in 10 days. GG's, we can't do anything. And then just everyone dies. I'm like, well, because I want humanity to continue. You know? Because I would prefer humanity also continues.
I think I have a similar cosmic fear about climate
Yeah,
change.
I mean, that is. It fucking sucks because, but at least we have more options still than like, we have more options at least potentially to deal with that. But also thank you for the 2 years, the 24 months. We have more options to deal with that than we do like a giant solar flare or like a fucking gigantic meteor showing up. Well, actually, meteors, we have more options because we can maybe veer it off course. But like, we have no options if the sun is just like, well, fuck you. I mean, technically, in like what, 300 million years, essentially, no matter what happens, the sun's gonna explode unless we put it in like a Dyson sphere or something. And then, but then if we did that, then if it explodes, we make the galaxy's biggest grenade, right? So, but that's not really my problem at that point. I will not be alive. 100 lions versus the sun. I wouldn't die to a meteor. I'm different. Average T-Rex. Average T-Rex circa 50 million years ago. Rip and tear the asteroid. I'm assuming this. I don't know what this one is. This one is being old. I'm just gonna say this one's being old and this one's aging. I am not afraid of being old. I think it would be inconvenient. I think this is just going to be inconvenient. So I'm going to put it like a bottom of C, perhaps even a higher in C, just because it's going to be an inconvenient thing that I know it's going to exist. So like middle of C. Being old is not the problem. I'm not really scared of being old per se. Actually, in fact, I should really put it even here, bottom of C. And then aging itself, I don't think I'm not really afraid of that either. I'm not really afraid of aging itself either. More afraid of a 0.0001% chance than 100% chance. Yes, that's the whole point. If I know something is gonna happen, aside from like death, typically, that's like I can prepare for it. I can at least like brace myself. I can't do anything about the fucking sun exploding. I hate it. I like to have a little bit of control over it, you know? Then why is that? Because I can prepare myself for the act. I don't know what's gonna, I can't prepare myself for that after. I can't read a death instruction booklet, though I guess it's essentially religion for some people. I can't read a death instruction booklet and be like, okay, here's what's gonna happen after. You know? But it's the lack of knowing. It's the lack of knowing that's the issue. The lack of control. I'm gonna put aging also in like, it's gonna go like C tier. It's gonna go bottom of C tier. I'm not really afraid of it. I mean, honestly, these are probably can go bottom of D tier. I'm not afraid of it. Like, there's some fears, but they're not really like scary. What is life? What if life is actually a video game? Life is a video game, dude holding Switch. Wait, there it is. Like, wait, I actually have one. Wait, where's my Switch? Let me get the music here. 1 second. 1 second. I think this is the one. Yes, this is. My life is like. Yeah, let's put it on loop. My life is like a video game. What is this fucking bit? It's this bit, man. It's the life is a video game bit. You've ever seen this one? I gotta get the choreography down. Wait, okay, wait. Let's put it in theater mode here. Try it again. I hate this. I did not nail it. I'm gonna have to practice the choreography more. I have to practice the choreography a little bit. But I could have gone my entire life without seeing that. That's true. I don't have the right Joy-Con control colors. But there we go. That's the list. That's the list. That's the list. That's it. List. Now it's Outlast time. It's video game time. Enough of this tomfoolery. Congrats, only took you an hour and a half. Well, guess what? That was the whole purpose, was to kill some time for the stream, because I only want to do this and then Outlast, and then that would be the whole stream for today. So you've got me. Mini crossword? Okay, fine. We'll do the NYT, the New York Times mini crossword. I'm gonna leave this up just to torture. I put what did I put? Crosswork. Something was angry that day. My friends, like an old man. The sea. Okay. With 7 across, long-time cereal brand with a fruit in its name. Probably Loops. Probably Loops. Loops. I know that. 6 across. Sci-fi robot. Android? Part 2 deep? I don't know. I don't know what it's. I'm going to come back to this. C4 across. It's fruit? Okay, Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops. There you go. 8 across. Most common word in English. Probably the. 1 down. He could eat no fat. What? What? Wait. Oh, droid. Wait, not what? Not droid. Wait, something's missing. Wait, what's 4 down? Modifying word. Okay, so this is not right. Probably. Something's missing. Geological time period. This should be epoch. Epoch. Okay. Similar. That's okay, so something is fucked up here. What's 5 down? Singer Sheeran and actor Helms. Is this Ed? Probably Ed. So droid still fits. Epoch fits. The still fits. What the hell ends in a D? Oh, this is probably a like. Okay, a like. So there's 3 down. What the hell is so? Oh, Apple Jacks. Apple pineapple. Dude, calm down. Apple. What is going on here? I need you to here. Jacks. We did it. Wait, Eds? Oh, 2 Eds. There were 2 Eds. That's right, 2 Eds. There are 2 Eds, my lord. I love Loops fruit. I haven't had an Applejack in so long. It's been fucking ages to have Applejack. Okay, we gotta swap. Let's swap the category here. Swap the category over to Outlast. They've gotten much worse. You know what still holds up though? No matter what, you know what game still, or what, not game, what still holds up no matter what? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch still always holds up. I tried the Tres Leches one just to try it. It wasn't that good, but they you know, I could see what I was going for. Honey Nut Cheerios also true. Honey Nut Cheerios also still hold up. I agree with that. I agree with that immensely. A French Toast Crunch? I think it is in stores, but I don't know. I haven't seen it myself. But I think we can. I've also wanted to try this there's like a cinnamon roll or something crunch. Something like that, but I was not able to find that. My mom walked in with that picture out. Well, just tell her you know. It's don't worry about it. Okay, let's see. Sorry, it's complete darkness right now.